Master, can we start now?
Yeah, just a second. Good morning and warm welcome to all the participants. Today we have the pleasure of having Dr. Raju Prasad with us, or his head, Department of Veterinary, Pharmacology and Toxicology, RVC PAU, Kanke Ranchi. And the topic chosen for deliberation is ethnopharmacology practices by livestock farmers in Jharkhand. So you are audible as well as visible and your presentation is also visible. Please start, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the inviting me as a speaker. Special thanks to Course Director, Dr. Ravindra Kumar. I am here to present my topic today, the pharmacology practices by livestock farmers in Jharkhand. Actually, in regard to livestock farmers, there is no today presentation is introduction to ethnopharmacology and ethnomedicine, and then ethnopharmacology practices adopted by livestock farmers, and important medicinal plants and their phytoconstituents and their therapeutic uses. So, if you talk about the ethnopharmacology is the cross-cultural study of medicines derived from naturally occurring substances like plants and fungi. It is known as ethnopharmacology. We'll talk about the ethnopharmacology. The ethnomedicine, actually, I'm not visualizing any face anyhow. So, ethnomedicine as defined as the totality of health, knowledge, value, and belief, skills, and practices of members of a society, including all the clinical and non-clinical activities that relate to their health needs. So, if we talk about in detail ethnopharmacology, today actually, to talk about the livestock farmers, so the plant-based medicine and plant-based drugs are mostly applying for their own health also, as well as their you can say the animals. But what do we mean by ethnopharmacology? We talk about the ethnopharmacology is a related study of ethnic groups and their use of plant compounds. It is linked to medicinal plant use and ethnobotany, as this is a source of lead compound for drug research. I don't know very well what do all are very much a scholar in this. I think audience are very much knowledgeable and they know about the drug. Today I will discuss about the survey or whatever the plant is applying in Jharkhand all over India. And mainly, as you know, the drug is came from that Drogu. The Drogu is dry herb. So the lead compound previously it was only the plant you can say. So plant-based medicine nowadays also is very much important. So it involves the study of the identification, ethnotaxonomy, natural materials from which the candidate compound will be produced, and traditional preparation of pharmaceutical form by evaluation of the possible pharmacological action of such preparation. So in detail, you can say the ethnopharmacology means the drug used by ethnic group and their potential for clinical effectiveness, socio-medical aspects imply in the use of this compound. So medical. So what about the you can say the data? What data says that India is among the 12 biodiversity country of the world, land of great diversity, home for a large variety of flora and fauna. As you know very well that traditional medicine, folklore in form of Ayurveda, homeopathy, Siddha, traditional medicine based on plants. So what WHO already World Health Organization has estimated that 80% world population, especially in developing countries, relies on plant-based raw materials for medicinal purposes. So we have the strong belief that plant materials is actually having the main therapeutic candidate in the for the human health as well as animal health also. So 20% plant species is medicinal, about 100 species are commercially cultivated now. So what about the Jharkhand? In regard to Jharkhand, Jharkhand is rich in biodiversity of medicinal plants. The forest area covers about 40% of the totality of Jharkhand, as you know very well. About the 32 tribal communities found in which mainly the Jharkhand is tribal dominated area, and they are having a strong belief in culture, their faith. You can say the forest area cover 40%. About 32 tribal community in that Munda, Santhal, Uraon, Saria, Ron, Kol, Kanwar and Power are the dominated in different regions of Jharkhand. So they are using medicinal plant by traditional knowledge. They are using generation to generation of their medicinal plant, and more than 100 species of the plant having their medicinal value are used by such tribal communities which are lack of modern. But because the rural population, they have not having any modern infrastructure or medical facility, so they have only one option. You can say they are using that medicinal plant actually for their health. So Jharkhand has forest and plenty of economical plants, forest produce. It comes under agroclimatic zone, as you know. It is best suited for the cultivation of economical plants. So what they are actually using, what their practices, general practices you can say. So the preparation of drug and medicine, they are also very much well versed about that. They are using this. Whatever data I have gathered from different, you can say the sources. So in that sources, they have different forms of medicine. You can say like infusion. As you know, if you infusion, if you put you can say the dry plant in a water for whole night, and the plant that you can say water is having the infusion. You can say the that process is called the infusion. When you keep the plant, dry plant, in the water for whole night, and if you drink that water in morning, that process is called infusion. Like decoction, you can say the decoction also when we prepare tea like decoction, when you boil the plant material, so that process is called decoction. So many techniques they are also very much well versed. Mixture, syrup, paste, powder, pills and small cakes they use to prepare it. Different plant extracts both in water and in alcohol also they are very much, you can say काढ़ा बनाते हैं like this. Fresh juice by sequencing fresh material. They used to do fermentation also, and medicated wild both form of plant and animal fat. So if you go the introduction of traditional or complementary alternative medicine, what do you mean by it? So main popular system, as you know, that traditional Chinese medicine, Indian Ayurveda medicine, Arabic Unani medicine, and homeopathy. But they all traditional medicine are the plant-based. And if we talk about the, as you see this general practice, so if you talk about the number of herbal preparations, so the part used, if the data is very much interesting. As you see, this leaves 14% of the total use of medicinal plant is leaves. That whole plants is 3%, 7.5, मतलब 3 ratio is there. Roots is 27.5%, where fruits and seeds are 5, that means 2.5%. Bark, as you know, cinchona bark was the first where the antimalarial compound was discovered. So that 7 or 17.5%, we are using these different parts of plant. So if we talk about the history of medicinal plant, so it is old history and it is, you can say, age-old scripture, that is detailed account of medicinal plant. Yathurveda, 4500 to 2500 BC. Number of plants they have, I enlisted that number of plants is 290. Atharvaveda also included. Charak Samhita, as you know, 700 BC. 1100 plants were their use and source, everything there written there. Samstha Samhita, 200 BC is 1200. Number of plants is there, and they have also enlisted. If you talk about the which community or ethnic group they are using, mostly like tribal communications, which they are actually communicating with each one another, in which disease, which type of plant you can use like this. So 550 number of plants. There's some ethnic group, so special ethnic group that 220. Forest villages there 5,000. Plant from higher group 17,500, major vegetarian type 16, and economedical utility plant is. So these are the some important data which but why the plant-based is important or plant is most important for the use? So, what is the advantage of plant-based drugs? So, long history of use and better patient tolerability as well as public acceptance. As you know, the today how much the synthetic medicines are having the side effects and even long history of use is there. Better patient tolerance, as you know, public acceptance is also there. It is also renewable sources. If you use the plant, it is renewable sources. Again, it is renewed. Cultivation and processing is environmental friendly also. Local ability is most important, like our state is rural, this Jharkhand. Local ability is most important because there is no good communication in the remote area where local ability is plant only, especially in developing country. Plant constitute to be a major source of new lead compound. I will discuss in later slides how the lead compound has been isolated from the plant and several important recent breakthrough is also a, you can say the praiseworthy thing. Safety and quality, but what we think, all plants are safe to use. So this is the you can say the our fault. You can say if you are using any type of plant, we should be alert. And that like three, four, 5 point I would like to highlight here. So what is the problem with the plant? Safety quality is also, but many times in villages also and in other, if you can say that we do mistakes in using the plant that all are safe like this. So this is not the good thing actually. Like misconception that all are safe. That poor quality products is also there. Toxicity is also there. Interaction with other medicine, misuse of herbal drugs are there. Incorrect dosing, mistaken use of wrong species also. Identification of species is rather critical job in these plants because we need a good botanist or you can say the adulteration with other medicines. So these are the we have to as a scientist, we have to as a researcher, we have to keep in mind that all plants are not safe. It is safer than synthetic drug, but if you take care of all these things, then you can select a good quality. Because all are here, and I am the pharmacologist, so I want to highlight some research actually. So how a plant, in any form, always use the extract, whatever plant we are using. So what is extract? So extract can be defined as preparation of fruit drugs that contains all the constituents which are soluble in solvent. So extract means if you in terminology, preparation of fruit drug that contains all the constituents. Extraction is the method of resolving active constituents. My purpose to extract any type of plants is to remove that active constituent present in that plant, whatever it is leaf or bark or any stem. So from a solid or liquid by means of liquid solvent. So menstruum solvent used for extraction that is called the menstruum. Mark the inert insoluble material that remains after extraction. Resource of lead compound from, so my purpose is to isolate a active principle and that active principle will resource of lead compound, you can say that is nutraceuticals for the pharmaceutical application. So what is the basic mechanism of that? Every time when we do the research on plant, first our mind is goes on that we have to extract the plant. But what is the extract? Extract is nothing, that is only secondary metabolite embedded in cells. Extraction solvent must be fused into cell. So your solvent will not go inside the cell, that extracted material will not come out. So this solution must pass the cell wall to opposite direction. So your solute inside the cell that has to maintain equilibrium, then solvent surrounding there. So this is the main process of extraction. The preparation of solvent into plants, you will see that we will put the solvent into any type of either a dry leaf or that is swelling of leaf cells or the cells, and that cells will diffuse out the active principle or extracted substance out of the cell. So ideal solvent for extraction must be selective for the extractive compound, not reactive with the other compound in material. That should be economical also, harmless to the environment, volatile, immersible with water, big extraction. These are the important points. Our ideal is nothing, but we have to take care of these different density from the water, even minimum viscosity should be there. So the main extraction we do generally with the soft plate apparatus. So because we should know that soft plate apparatus is the main actually for the extraction in India or even foreign country also. Everybody still we are using a soft plate apparatus for the extraction. So consists of a flask, a soft plate apparatus. If you see the raw material is like this, this is the process actually. This is the machine where a very simple machine will go. Raw material is usually placed in a thimble made of filter paper inserted into drug after ingestion with the menstruum will be packed into the extractor. Solvent is placed in the flask and this figure I will explain here. So if we talk about this is the thimble where our plant material we generally put here, and this is the solvent where we put solvent from this, and this is the you can say the water cooling water. So after this solution and this material finally deposited in this flask, and we generally extract it from many are not pharmacologists, but that should they should also aware of that how a plant based material can be used and how we can extract it. So regarding Jharkhand, it will go the survey or it will go the data collection. So many data or researchers there. Some researchers have given that this there are some important plants, but for specifically for the animal. So we have uh, already one project was there that indigenous technical knowledge. So some plant they have validated that these plants are using, these plants are you can say the in use in the rural population or tribal population in Jharkhand. So some plants we have enlisted here, but mostly data are from you can say the health, human health, but specifically no article or paper is regarding livestock farmers, which is especially used for the animal health. But we are trying to do the survey, and we have that previous they have done, and department has done some collection, and indigenous agriculture has also done on indigenous technical knowledge. So some like plants included. We have given here list like bale or argimonum, like as you know bale. So this is used for the diarrhea, dysentery, and constipation. Ashwagandha, as you know, Ithania somniferous, and this is used for restoring tonic, stress, nerve disorder, and aphrodisiacs is also here. Harjora is very well known to the rural population also, and they are very much ready to take the classes of Kisan, and they also are aware of about this Harjora plant, and immediately they used to give the answer that this is used for the bone fractures. But to know the this Harjora plant, how it is applying in the that is most important. Then Karanj also they are using for skin disorder, improve gut motility and noodling also. Neem, as you know, is a indica. It is for the intestinal parasite, skin and wound and ulcer also. As you know, the flask is very much prevalent in this Jharkhand also flask. Sometimes they used to do the worship also. This Beautia monospora, this intestinal parasite, diarrhea and dysentery they are eating. Mainly intestinal parasite is mostly used for this plus bees or seed, you can say. Bhat, this is new plant which I have done some research on this Bhat Clerodendron importunatum. Uh, Two research I have conducted in this. One is for wound healing effect. So in diabetic also, I have seen that this Bhat plant, Clerodendron infiltrate will local name is Bhat, and it is very much available in the roadside. And you can say this is nobody is using this, and this is very cheap and easily available plant, wound healing and intestinal parasite. So we have seen that this Bhat plant is very much useful during this wound. And wound is actually time of healing is most important in wound. So it reduces the time of wound healing. And this bhat also I have used in the very surprising results I have seen in poultry also. So when I use this bhat plant in poultry as a growth promoter, so some effect I have seen this bhat leaf. Some that rate was of the poultry was also increasing. You can say that CR was increased in this part. So this is research type, and we have done 2-3 work on this part. Sarifa is Enonoipomosa, as you know very much. Ectoparasite for ectoparasite, Sarifa leaf is using. One tulsi, I don't think that it has to be explained, but sometimes it is used for the dressing purposes in FMD and is anti, you can say that uh, antiseptic like. Kisam is for diarrhea. Urul plant is diarrhea in goat also. This plant is Urul and Giloy. These are the having special use, and this has been included in even in ITK project. Bamboo bars we can do surfanagon. It is also proven in ITK that some bamboo various roots are used for the we can do for the animals. Patawar, Asparagus racemosus or plant and lactagol. Bensar, Brahmi, as you know, Brahmi is how much important. It is used for the jaundice and liver disorder. And the farmer are also very much well aware about this Brahmi. So they also very much aware about the Brahmi. Pathalchur, this is also important. Saxifraga ligulata, its rhizome is urolithiasis and biliary lithiasis also. Then Dhrit Kumari, as you know, very much important that skin problem. Aloe vera, well known to all of us. Then Jamun is also in Jharkhand, it's placenta removal in animal. And sometimes it is used as a kara in diabetic patients. But if you talk about the different sources of the that National Innovative Foundation has some collected the data of this. So if you see that many plants are there, but important plants which I have shared with you that Acaranthus aspera like Apamarga, as you know, they have used for the Jharkhand especially. The like roots are tied around the neck. So some name is also there. Actually, they collect the data and they promote the farmers to give their result. You can say give or and they sometimes they used to patent also with the name of farmer. So like fever, you can say roots are tied around the neck. Asthma, whole plant, even you can say Ahmad Hussain, Lohardaga, Jharkhand. So they have recognized that this asthma whole plant is ground into the fine powder. 5 gram of this powder is taken with water till they are cured. This apamarga is Chirchida also, common name. Poisonous bite also. Roots are ground into fine paste and juice is extracted. The juice is taken orally and the remaining paste is applied on the bite side. So that name you can see here, Jiga Urang Gumla Jharkhand. Like abscess also, toothpaste is applied on the abscess, Ravi Urang Jharkhand. So they have collected the data from the whom it is being used and whom it is being popularized there. So like Arjun Mona, so many success stories are also there. Like even this Bale also, Kumar Nigam Parveen Hazariwal Jharkhand, 2 drops of juice extracted from the leaves are put in that. This is sunstroke also. You can use lemon juice, etc. from as you know, fresh leaves technology. So this is proven actually, already proven, and data is stored. This National Innovation Foundation has given success story, and especially in regard to Jharkhand, many like Hardimon Mexicana uses from Jharkhand fever. They have collected that 1 teaspoon of root decoction taken with a glass of water. Like itching also, eczema. We used to teach the student always alert the farmer also that the eczema whole plant is crushed into a black paper. So this type of data we have gathered, like SEMAL also, they have gynecological disorder, especially in Jharkhand. So like Rutia monospora, last I earlier discussed that who started from bar cuts and own intestinal worms. This I was discussing yesterday in that previous slide. These are ground in water and given already. So this is data from like brownish and teleaseptica for jaundice. Already I have discussed anorexia. I have discussed this skin disorder. This is also very much important plant. It's in Jharkhand the data has been stored and this has been recognized that this plant is used for the jaundice, anorexia, or skin disease. So, for the in regard to Jharkhand, whatever I have explained, so every plant sometimes active principles are there. So, also especially today I will discuss about the how the plant actually how the extract having containing different type of active principles. So there are secondary plant products, as you know, two major category of these compounds. One is alkaloids, glycosides, and other are also there. So what about the alkaloids? So diverse group of compounds. If you talk about the alkaloids, but how will know that? How will know that this extract having such type of plant is the active principle? So you have to go the preliminary phytochemical screening with the chemical, or either you will go through the SPTLC analysis, or either will go to the SPLC analysis. But if you want to know the plus and minus, then very easy task to do that. You have to take some chemicals and put inside the beaker and some process is there. And if some reaction will be there, some color will be there, then you can say that this is alkaloid or this is not the alkaloid like this. So alkaloid, what is alkaloid? So whatever phytoconstituent or active principle is there, so major phytoconstituent we will discuss here and some plant we will discuss again so that as you know, all of you are very much aware about the plant, but what are those plant active principle or phytoconstituents? So I will highlight here. So diverse group of compound over 3,000 have been identified. Most occur in herbarium, diport and fungi. Three family that are particularly known there as well. Fabaceae, legume family, Solanaceae, that nightshade family, and Rubiaceae, that is coffee family. But chemistry of the alkaloid, if you talk about that, they vary greatly in chemical structure. Alkaloids share several characteristics. They contain nitrogen, that's why, and they are alkaline, and they are a bitter in taste. So there, if you please keep your mind that nitrogen is there. So nitrogenous alkaline compound that is called the alkaloid, which is mainly the physiological effects. So major alkaloids having the physiological effect that has the most pronounced of nervous system, can also have psychological effects, some medicinally important, some psychoactive, some poisonous even, often a fine line between the medicinal and toxic. So, like if we talk about the example of alkaloid, as you know, we used to take the coffee like caffeine, nicotine also, cocaine, morphine, quinine, ephedrine. So these are the how much success story, and this plant alkaloids are how much effective nowadays. As you know, the caffeine, cocaine, even morphine also. So these are the alkaloids. So in nature, psychoactive compounds, some affect the central, as you know, that is especially influence the neurotransmitter. Categories of psychoactive compounds: stimulants, hallucinogens, depressants, as you know, maybe narcotics, but some other field are also there, maybe So narcotics, what is narcotics? Everybody is well aware about the narcotics, that is a good drug. But in pharmacology, sometimes, in some cases, we have to use that narcotic analgesic. Even in that serious cancer patient, if you, with the permission of that or consent of the patient, we use that narcotic analgesic. But it is not in common use, you can say. By definition, a narcotic drug induces central system depression, resulting in numbness, lethargy, hypnosis. In currently, narcotic is a psychoactive drug that is dangerous, addictive. Addictive compounds, this is pharmacology a little bit, but it is interesting. You should know psychological dependence, physiological dependence, and or tolerance. So another active principle of compound, you can say the glycosides. One was the alkaloids, another is glycosides. Also widespread in plant kingdom, and second is important in medicine or toxin. So glycosides is very much important. In glycoside there are two molecules, one is a glycon, another is glycon part. So active portion sugar is glucose. So a glycon is actually active, and sugar is for the penetration of the fat cell. So generally characterized by the active component cyanogenic glycoside. This is important. Cyanogenic glycosides, and previously when the congestive heart failure patient was there, so no nothing is there that time available. So cyanogenic glycosides like oxblow, later I will discuss. Cardiac glycosides, saponin. So cyanogenic glycosides, this is the chemistry of that. I will not go inside, but this cyano is also a very much important, like apples, pears, almond, apricot, cherry, peach, and plum. They contain amygdalin, a cyanogenic glycoside. It's very much important, and we should. Another is cardiac glycosides. So cardiac glycosides also is there for the congestive heart failure, and it is very much important that digitalis. Still, it is used in the medical field that digitalis obtained from the digitalis purpurea, and this digitalis purpurea was used for the congestive heart. Another is saponins. H2I molecule is active compound, can be highly toxic, causing severe gastric irritation, but processly we have to use this saponin Ethanopharmacology, like which can be used to synthesize various hormones such as progesterone. So saponin is also, you should know that some important medicinal. So these important like alkaloids, glycosides, saponin, some proteins, some tannins are there. So some plant I will like to highlight here, like foxglove, that is digitalis, willow bark. These are success story of a plant, you can say. Willow bark tree, aspirin. As you know, aspirin is how much important. Like quinine, when malaria, no compound was there, no even anti-malarial compound was there. Only quinine we have isolated. Now synthetic drugs are available, but quinine was how much it was actually magic drug at that time. Sympona bark. The X-nitrate for hypertension, reserpine, still it is using for some reserpine, yellow bond, various glycosides are there, vinca, leukemia, vincristine is also important now, the taxus, ovarian and breast cancer, tagdol. So these are the plants which detail will a little bit will discuss here, like phosphorus, digitalis purpurea, extract from digitalis, long history for in dropsy, but William Withering was very much famous scientist at time in 1725, which is the first scientific study of medicinal plants. They have done this foxglove, they have isolated, and the cells purpurea was very much important at that time. This physiological action, I will not go much physical. I have repeated every time. It's heart rate and increased strength of arteries, more large form physical contraction. Mainly, actually, two important things are here. As a pharmacologist, I would like to highlight. One is the cardiac stimulant, another is the cardiac glycoside. Or so there are two on in cardiac stimulant, the force of contraction and force of this rate of heartbeat is also increased. But in only cardiac glycosides increase the force of contraction one. So this plant aspirin, regarding aspirin, also from the willow bark tree, and in their laboratory they have isolated mostly widely synthetic drug. This is also very releasing any form of it. So this aspirin are now salicin was first isolated, and over the next decade the pattern has been defined nowadays, and salicin is a glycoside of salicylic acid. Salicylates occur widely in procedure helix as well as many other that Aspiria almira is the plant where aspirin is isolated. So this salicylic acid is pure regarding salicylic acid. Audience is not pure pharmacologist. I know it's a various field, but they should know the history, especially the salicylic required an extensive treatment for many ailments, rheumatic fever, gout, and arthritis. And then extra salicylic acid, effective and more palatable nowadays, is green and the form of so physiological action is there, anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, analgesic is there. But as you know, this is long therapy of aspirin irritates the stomach or sometimes creates gastric ulcer. So malaria, how much it is important? Malaria was antiquity and still the world most prevalent disease is still also. 2 to 3 million people die every year from the malaria. But previously, the Syncona bath, where we have this Syncona, several species of Syncona, where malaria anti-malarial compound was isolated, and fever was that time is very effective. Nowadays, many chloroquine and other medicines are there, but previously it was the so fever reducing power of tea was well known to in cause we shared knowledge of induced dictionary. So this bath, so they have isolated in 16 how much it is see the history of that malarial compound, anti-malarial compound. That's quinine is isolated in 1820. So these are all the plant-based, you can say the medicine. Still it is effective, quinine is effective nowadays. Another is some Rolfia serpentina, doctrine, etc. We are long, but this is the history of Rolfia serpentina. I will not go inside much on this. But Rolfia serpentina is only for the blood pressure. As you know, the some herbal company like Patanjali also still they are mixing this Rolfia serpentina reserpine inside their medicine like some booty and other. So reserpine is there to reduce the blood pressure. And this is actually the principal application of reserpine, and treatment is mainly used for the hypertension. Aloe vera, as you know very much, aloe vera how much is important. various skin ailments के लिए यूज करते हैं, and aloe vera is the best known member of genus that aloe species. So aloe vera is tree. As you know, aloe vera is how much important. Action is mainly for skin and even we have also this work on this aloe vera. In the you can say right, and the extract was applied on that wound, and is very much you can say the effective in that research. Cancer therapy is also plant-based cancer therapy. Also, some success stories there, like in 50 National Cancer Institute and USDA began that for plants with anti-cancer property, and thousands of plants they have screened it, and they have some you can say this is well known to you that treatment of leukemia and vinblastine and vincristine are loaded, isolated, and amplified. Vincristine and vincristine it is in syllabus. They are trying you can say the country are trying to isolate new molecules, and still, as you know, the no very much effective treatment is available for cancer. But scientists are regularly screening the plant-based therapy or isolating the plant, you can say the extract, and they are trying to isolate a medicine from that. So this brings vaccine and vaccine for leukemia, and they are releasing. One is another recent taxol is obtained from the bark of a stick. They have also isolated taxus probability. This is recent, you can say not old very much, but anti-tumor property were first discovered in 1960 during the screening program of National Cancer Institute, and they have isolated taxol, and it is recently approved for the cancer patients, especially in ovarian and breast cancer. So this is also one plant-based anti-cancer compound is there. This is the plant taxol Q3. This detail is there. So what is the future? So for medicinal plant, but for medicinal plant continues, especially in tropical and forest. Then time is critical because plants are lost and culture knowledge of the plant. And we have to actually do some research on this plant-based research we have to do, but with great care and and preserve our plant, which is previously it was very much useful for the. So due to urbanization and rapid industrialization, and you can say the this urbanization, we are losing our
Oh, Didi,
previous
what's up?
knowledge. Uh,
The Oscar
so
box. Sige, take a one.
thank you very much
Maybe gonna say
for patience listening, and I am here to give some query, answer to some query. So please.
thank you so much. Thanks on behalf of NADCL. Thanks on behalf of participants. Thank you so much, sir. We will be back in second session in the afternoon.
Okay.